about how we can access that, I will tell you later. But basically, Salesforce provides on-cloud services, okay, to build an application to do the business for the end clients. Okay, so here, for example, like before going to the Salesforce, let's talk about some traditional computing. This is the Salesforce is a cloud computing. Okay, first let's discuss about traditional computing, or like what is the traditional computing, what is the use of that, and after that how the Salesforce comes into the picture. I will tell you that. So traditional computing, that means if you take early 80s, 90s or 1990s, like we have some sort of applications like Sibyl CRM or ERP CRM, Sugar CRM. There's a lot of CRMs we have. You can, anyway, CRM means customer relationship management. That means so they can the business interact with the customers and get the get the orders and deliver the products. Those are the things like they used to do the applications to maintain the data. Okay, in that in areas in the Sibyl CRM or Sugar CRM, they used to store the data in the their local database. Okay, now usually like if you want to access if you want to access the data, we have to host the server in our local offices. So for example, if I go to the US, I want to access that data. So there is no like access because the server is hosted in the local server, a local office. Now that is a traditional computing. So we have to everything we have to store in the local. We have to install the software in that machine, and we have to start using that. The simply like I'll show you a simple example. Like if you take the .NET, okay, if you take the .NET, so I want to implement one application in the .NET. So what I need to do, I need to purchase the license from .NET. That means Microsoft. I need to purchase the .NET license from Microsoft. Second thing, I need to install a .NET software in my machine. The third thing, I need a .NET platform to run that application. And apart from this, I want a database to store the data for my customer information. I want to store the data. These are all the things required to create an application in traditional computing. Assume that if I'm working as for a company, I have an old machine. If I try to install the like .NET in my machine, the machine was not supported. Then what we can do? We need to spend extra budget taking the new machines and everything, right? So installation is the big issue, and we have to maintain a database in our local. So you may have heard like sometimes like server down something, right? So we have to maintain a proper database. All these things required to do with the traditional computing. Now after 2001, so Salesforce introduces a cloud services. Cloud services means in .NET, I said, first we need to purchase the license from Microsoft. In Salesforce is saying, hey, don't purchase the license. I will give you the license as a rental basis. See, there is a lot of difference here because assume that a simple example, take an example like I need a car. Okay. I have some like work. I need a car to go to some place. Now purchasing a car versus rental a car. See, if you want to purchase, you have to spend 10 lakhs. If you want to take a rental, either you can spend 5,000 or 10,000, right? There's a lot of difference here, capital difference. So here, if you take the rental, okay, now after I take the car as a rental, I'll do my work. After completion of my work, I will return it back. Only 10,000 is enough. But if you purchase a car with the 10 lakhs, okay, I purchase a car with the 10 lakhs. Now my work is done. My car is free now. There is no use of that. See, unnecessarily wasting a lot of money, right? It is the same concept applicable in Salesforce. So Salesforce provides cloud services on the rental basis. No need to purchase entirely. So like whenever you want, you can purchase, and whenever you want like return, you can return. So it's a on-cloud services which you can get it as a rental basis in both database, license, and everything. Okay. And the Salesforce basically like Mark Benioff, he's the one. Salesforce.com is the company which they provide Salesforce CRM applications. Sorry. Salesforce.com is a company. They'll provide Salesforce CRM to the clients. Clients means business. Who wants to use the Salesforce? They are the clients, right? Majorly, they'll provide 3 types of services: software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. We'll discuss all the 3 services later, but Salesforce provides these 3 types of services. And so far, any questions?
Can you explain again, sir?
Like you want to explain like which point, like
just services. What we have services
basically. Okay. Now again, I'll tell you a small example again. Then you can able to understand in a better way. For example, I want to build an application for my product. I have a manufacturing company. I'm going to manufacture like laptops. Okay. I have a laptop manufacturing company. Now I want to sell my product to the customers. Okay. I want to store the customer information. For that, I want to build an application. I want to build a software. Now I want to choose whether I go for cloud services or whether I go for .NET or whether I go for any other. Now I'm comparing the advantage and pros and cons between this one. Okay, the same thing. Like if you take the .NET, you have to purchase the license, you have to install that, and you have to take the database, whether it is SQL or MySQL, whatever it is. These are the 3 things required. But if you take the Salesforce, they'll provide software as a service. That means no need to purchase the license. They'll provide that as a rental basis software. You can use that. And they provide platform as a service. Platform means you have to install that in our machine, then only the application will run on the platform. So this one also no need to install. We need to get it from the Salesforce as a rental basis. And the third one, infrastructure as a service, IaaS. Infrastructure is nothing but a database. Salesforce provides database as a rental. So we can use that and we can leverage that and whenever we want. Here, the database also the major thing here. A simple example of the database, like in earlier, we used to have for chatting applications, Google Output. I hope some of you know that Google Output. That's the only chatting app we have. There is no Facebook, there is no like WhatsApp, nothing. Now, at the time, everyone is using Output. Google spends a lot of billions of dollars on that Output to store the customer's information. Right? Now, nowadays, anyone using Output? No. See here, if they purchase that database for this application, Output, now there is no one is using that. Waste of money. Right? So instead of purchasing that, if you can take the rental basis. If you have a customers, you can take the rental. If you don't have a customers, you can give it back. So database is also a major part here. You can get it from a service, infrastructure as a service. These are the main 3 things we can have in the Salesforce. Is it clear?
Yes. Thank you, sir.
And if you see here, the picture represents initially, like if you want to store the data, and in earlier days, they used to maintain the files. They'll written it by hand, right? And they'll store the files, right? Now, later on, like the machines comes up and like they'll store all the data in their systems. They'll take some servers which are in their machine in their local offices. They'll store the data in that. Now the next, now early 20s, I mean 2000s, like the cloud services comes into the picture. Now everyone is storing in the cloud. The main advantage of the cloud is we can access the data from anywhere. If you are here, you can access the data. If you are somewhere in the world, you can access the data. From anywhere, you can access the data. The only thing is we need a good internet connection. That is enough or to get that to access the data. And as I said, like these are the 3 services: software as a service, platform as a service, and infrastructure as a service. These are the 3 services provided by Salesforce. Now, so what are the advantages of using the Salesforce when compared to the other technology? Okay. Now, again, the same example I'll take, that I want to build an application for my product. I'm using the .NET. I want to use the .NET. Now, what are the things required? First, as I said, like we need to buy the licenses, database, everything from the Microsoft. Then what we need to do, we need to hire .NET resource, right? To develop the .NET application. So, and the second thing is we need to hire the server people to maintain the servers, right? And as you know, like .NET is a backend. Backend means backend logic we have to implement. The front end. Front end means what we are seeing on the screen, that is a front end. So to design the front end, either we are using HTML or Angular or whatever the like UI technology we can use it. Let's take HTML. To design the HTML, so to design the front end, we used to have a HTML. To design the back end, we used to have a .NET. And to store the data, we need a SQL server. Like these are the three things. 2 .NET people, 2 HTML people, and 2 database people, server people. Like we need six resource to implement an application. I'm just taking an example, 6 resource based on the application that like the resource will be required. But in this example, I'm taking 6 resource is required to build an application in .NET. Correct? Now, coming to the Salesforce. In the Salesforce, yes, we do have UI, we do have a backend, we do have a .NET, sorry, a database. But the thing here is, in the Salesforce, we used to build an application. We need a backend developer, right? 1 or 2 persons. And the same 2 persons, they will do the front end also. There is no HTML developers required here in Salesforce. The same person can do front end and back end both. So 2 persons is enough to do both. And the third thing is database maintenance. So here we no need to take care of the database maintenance. Salesforce will take care of that. We just store the data into the database and get the data from the database. That's it. We can store the data and get the data. No need to maintain the database. So there is no extra persons required. That means in Salesforce, if you want to build an application, 2 resources enough. But if you want to implement the same thing in other technology, we need a 6 resource. So here the cost effective. So that's why many of the clients, many of the business people wants to adopt the Salesforce technology to implement their business applications. Is it clear so far?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now let's step back in the services. Okay. Now, as I said, Salesforce provides these three types of services: SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. Right? Now, so what it means exactly? So SaaS means, for example, if I take a rental from a SaaS as a service from Salesforce, what I need to do? Software as a service means Salesforce provides you one software for your business. You can directly use that software. For my laptop product, I got an application, I got a software from Salesforce. I can directly use that. That is a software as a service. Platform as a service means Salesforce provides one platform to you. And you have to install the platform, you have to use the platform. On top of the platform, you have to build your own application. As per your business requirement, you can build your own application. That's a PaaS services. Platform as a service means, so now mostly in a current market, most of the times like business is using PaaS services because Salesforce provides very limited features by default. That's why they can take the platform as a service. On top of that, they can build the applications as per their business requirements. There's a PaaS and infrastructure same. So for both SaaS and PaaS, infrastructure is required, database is required. Is this clear? What is the SaaS? What is the PaaS?
Yeah.
Now, let me show you, like, let me take some paint or something. Let me explain you like how the Salesforce customer interacts with the Salesforce. Assume that this is the clients. Clients means end users. That means who are using the Salesforce. For my product, I want to use the Salesforce application. So I'm a client, I'm an end user. Similarly, who are using the Salesforce, they are the end users. Okay, now, so here, these are the Salesforce applications. Now, business will interact with the Salesforce. They are not directly interact with the Salesforce. They have to interact using cloud services. So in between, we have a cloud. This is the cloud services. That means internet. First, business will interact with the cloud, and from the cloud, they will come Salesforce. This is how they can interact with the Salesforce. Now, the Salesforce contains basically the architecture of Salesforce is MVC controller, MVC architecture. We can say it's a MVC architecture. MVC. That means it's a model, view, controller. So Salesforce is a MVC architecture. That means here view means the front end. That means we have to design the front end. Front end means what we are seeing on the screen, that we can call it as a front end, user interface. And controller is back end. We have to write a logic for this front end. Like for example, if I click a button, what needs to be done? That logic we have to written on the controller. And model is like, it's a database. It's a MVC architecture. Okay. So clients will interact with the Salesforce using the cloud services. And from the Salesforce, we can interact with the external apps like the Oracle or any other SAP that we can call as integrations. For example, I want to get the data from Oracle app, Oracle CRM, or I want to get the data from Java. That means interacting the data from one system to another system, that we can call as the integration. If you want to send the data from Salesforce to .NET, or getting the data from .NET to Salesforce, that we can call as the integration. Okay. So these are the basic concept of like architecture, like how the Salesforce users interact with the Salesforce. Is it clear so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, so customer relationship management, as I said, like Salesforce, every time we are talking about CRM. Okay, before this screen, I want to discuss one more topic. So in the current market, we have a Salesforce CRM. Along with the Salesforce CRM, we have different CRMs: Microsoft Dynamics CRM, SAP CRM, Oracle CRM, Sibyl CRM. There's a different CRMs which provides which offers cloud services. But why the Salesforce stands in the market first? Because, as I said, Salesforce provides three services: SaaS, PaaS, and IaaS. These are the three services provided by Salesforce. But if you take any other cloud computing CRMs, cloud CRMs like Oracle or SAP or Microsoft, they'll provide only two of the services, either SaaS or PaaS or IaaS or IaaS or SaaS. Either of the two only they'll provide. Only Salesforce will provide all the three services at a time. So that is why Salesforce stands in the market first. And also, they'll provide more customizable options. To reduce the coding, they'll provide more customizable options. Like you can, for example, if you want to build an application, I think up to 60 to 70% application you can achieve through point and clicks. That means configuration. Without having any code, you can achieve at least minimum 50 to 60% we can achieve through point and clicks. And beyond that, if you want to do more customizable things, then you can go for coding. Okay. So basically, Salesforce provides different cloud services: Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, Marketing Cloud, Health Cloud, IoT Cloud. We have different clouds. Based on our business, we have to choose the license. For example, if I have a sales business, I need to purchase the license from Salesforce, Sales Cloud. If I have a service business, I need to purchase the license, Service Cloud license. So based on our business, we have to take the license. If I'm a marketing person for my company, I need a marketing, like sending like relationship emails, follow-up emails, like promotion emails, those kind of stuff. So marketing cloud is more flexible for that. There's a predefined options which you can leverage to do all these things. These are the services we have from Salesforce. And the customer relationship management, CRM here. Like as I said, like customer relationship management means we can store the customer information. For example, I'll take a small example. If you are selling one product, okay, you're doing some advertisement for the product. Now, assume that car manufacturer, you are a car manufacturer, you are doing some advertisement on your car. Okay, some customers visited your advertisement or campaign, and what we can do, we can take that